With the Raptors getting their clocks cleaned tonight against the New Orleans Pelicans, I think Toronto sports fans needed some sort of positive from the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight, and they delivered. In Seattle, a 6-2 win over the Kraken. And the Leafs, with the W, improved now to 31-12-3. And they had the mini two-game losing streak against Calgary and Vancouver. They had to Seattle for the first time. And Seattle, not the greatest team this year. I mean, it's expansion year. It's not like it's Vegas, people. I mean, the way Vegas did what they did in year one, you never expected that. Seattle, that's kind of the way it's supposed to look. You know? And the Leafs go in there and they do a job. And you know what happens? They start on time. Less than 5 minutes into the game, John Tavares gives it up to Alex Kerfoot right in the slot. And he goes top corner on Grubauer. What a shot from Kerfoot. Only his seventh goal of the year. But he has been fantastic this year for the Leafs. And he gets rewarded there. Liljegren and Tavares grab assists on the goal. And less than 5 minutes in, less than even 4 minutes in, the Leafs are up 1-0. Now, about 5 minutes after that, though, Kelly Yarncrux scores, and just like that, we're tied at 1. However, the Leafs weren't done. Puck battle along the boards behind their net, or behind the red line, more or less to the side of the net, but you guys know what I mean. Matthews ends up getting that loose puck, and you always hear about the 50-50 pucks, or the loose pucks, or the pucks in the corner. You're going to win those battles. And they won that battle. Matthews gets the loose puck. He centers it to Bunting, and he goes 5-hole on Grubauer, and the Leafs get the lead back. It's now a 2-1 game. Matthews and Marner grab assists at 11:06 of the first period. Beautiful way to get the lead back. And they weren't done. Less than 3 minutes after that, on the power play, you don't want to put this team in the power play. Even the second unit, you don't want to put in the power play. Jason Spezza winds up for the clapper, and you always got to watch out for that if you're an opposing team, right? Because he can beat you short side cheese, he can beat you far side cheese, he can look to slap pass, whatever. He can beat you. He goes for the slap pass, is it the slap pass, and then Michael Bunting redirects it, and it goes off Kasha's skate or off some sort of ankle maybe or whatever it was, and it's Kasha and goes in, and the Leafs, they now got a 3-1 lead. All right, a 2-goal advantage here. Kasha from Bunting and Spezza at 14:03 of that first period. Leafs win in shots 11-6. They're up 3-1 after 20 minutes of play. Much, much better start for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, how are they going to continue this game? Are they going to build on their lead, or are they going to fall apart? Well, the answer is they built on the lead. Less than 10 minutes in, you put them on the power play. You don't do that because this time it was the first unit. Austin Matthews with a great shot from the far side. I believe it was Drieger who was in net at the time because they pulled Grubauer with 3 goals on 11 shots. And kicks it out right to Mitch Marner. And he buries it past Drieger, and the Leafs now have a 4-1 lead. Matthews and Nylander grab assists on the goal at 9:15. I can't remember if it was the assist or the goal. But no matter which one, Mitch Marner, 400 points in a Toronto Maple Leafs uniform and for his NHL career. So congrats to Mitch for that. And the Leafs, they have a 4-1 lead now. That lead scares the hell out of all of us. But you get through 2 periods. You're up 4-1 now. Shots on goal were 8 apiece in that period. And we go to the third, looking to close this game out. And Mitch Marner gets a short-handed breakaway. Beautiful off the boards pass to him. Oh, it was absolutely filthy. Gets on the breakaway, and you're waiting for the deke or the shot. Marner stops up and drops a pass back. I mean, how gutsy do you have to be? Hey, he was definitely feeling it tonight. He was flying around the ice. He was really, really good tonight, was Mitch Marner. But he was flying around the ice, and the confidence to drop it off for David Kampf, coming down like a freight train, and he backhands it into a wide open net because Drieger didn't expect it, so he's kind of sliding out of the net. He's got a wide open cage on the backhand, buries it, and he also got buried in the net by Mark Giordano into the post, really. Hopefully Kamp's shoulder's okay. He was holding it afterwards, but everything seemed okay. The Leafs now have a 5-1 lead in the third period. That goes at 3:37. Kamp from Marner. And at that point, we all sit back and we're like, okay, it's a 5-1 lead in the third. The Leafs haven't blown one of those, so we're okay here. And then Jared McCann scores just about 3 minutes after that. Former Leaf Jared McCann, former Leaf for about a sneeze. And that was about it. And he was gone. But power play goal for Jared McCann at 6:52 of the third period, making it a 5-2 game. But it was never really in question. The Leafs shut the door, more or less. They have some opportunities. Jack Campbell shuts the door. And who gets a goal? Jake Muzzin. I mean, Liljegren, or who was it past to the point? Nylander goes back to the point to Liljegren across for Jake Muzzin. The one-timer blast from Muzz. And it's into the back of the net to make it a 6-2 Leaf lead. Nylander, Liljegren grab assist at 18-19 of the third period to pretty much, if it wasn't already, seal the deal. And you win 6-2 in Seattle. Reg win. You score 6 goals. Yeah, you ran into a hot goalie in Thatcher Demko. It's not like the Leafs just can't score, because they got 6 tonight. Now, yes, goaltending. Grubauer hasn't been great this year. Drager's been awful this season. Doesn't matter. You got to bury goals on these guys. And they did. Shots on goal, 25 apiece. So the offense really wasn't there, but you were making do with your opportunities. And we always talk about it's not the volume, right? Leafs had 50-odd shots in the last game against Vancouver. They lost. They had 25 tonight. They scored 6 and 1. Right? Shots on goal in the third period, though, were 11-6 in favor of Seattle, which makes sense because they were trailing going into the third, so you want to try and find the momentum. But the Leafs won the third period in goals, 2-1, the most important stat. Now, power play-wise, the Leafs are on a clip right now of one of the best in NHL history. It's kind of wild. Going into the game, I think they had like 30% of the season, which is 4th all-time or something like that. And then they go 2 for 2 tonight. Like, my God. Remember when this team couldn't score in the playoffs last year? Let me rephrase that. The entire second half of last season? Yeah, it seems very bleak. But this season, and they started slow as well. But man, they're on fire. And the Leafs power play, you just do not want to put them on the power play because they will kill you in many different ways. Now, Seattle was 1 for 4 on their power play, but the Leafs definitely won the special teams battle there. Plus, the Leafs had a shorthanded goal as well, so definitely lopsided in that stat. Now, Jack Campbell, much better game for him. Now, obviously, his last 2 wins have been against the Devils and the Krakens. It's not saying a whole lot, but he's going to go out there and do a job. And he did. 2 goals on 25 shots, gave his team a chance to win. Yeah, the offense picked up and they were great in the first period and whatnot, but he shut the door when he needed to. So a great job from Jack Campbell tonight. Make some big stops, especially in that third period when they had 11 of them. Only had the 1 goal allowed in the power play. So a great job from Jack in tonight's hockey game. Mitch Marner, 3-point night, including point number 400 for Mitch. So a great night for him. Michael Bunting with a goal and an assist. Timothy Liljegren had a couple assists in the game today. William Nylander with a couple assists. Austin Matthews with a couple assists in this game. And the boys pick up a victory. You know, I think we the last couple of games, obviously, they were pressing, right? Calgary was just an abomination in the second period, where they just allowed like a flurry of goals. Vancouver, you started horrendously, you came back and tied it, and they score 1, but then you run into Thatcher Demko. So, and then you go into Seattle, and you just do a job. You lay it beat down as you should. And a great job from the Buds tonight. We can talk about the competition. It doesn't matter. They played a good game tonight, and they won 6-2 in Seattle. Great job for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the next game isn't going to be the same as this, though. As you're at home, it's on Thursday nights, a 7 o'clock puck drop, as the Leafs host the Pittsburgh Penguins. So Pittsburgh's obviously having a great season, even with a lot of injuries and COVID things they've been dealing with all season long. They're still finding a way. They're one of the better teams in the Metro, in my opinion. It's going to be a dogfight. And again, another big test for the Toronto Maple Leafs. How are you going to do against one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference? Let's see how it plays out on Thursday night, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if it's not already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game today for the Toronto Maple Leafs? The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me DM to like great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition Wednesday as they're in Minnesota taking on the T-Wolves. 8 p.m. tip-off there. They need a much-needed bounce-back W after tonight's abomination. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they look to build on the 6-2 W as they host the Pittsburgh Penguins on Thursday night at Scotiabank Arena. 7 p.m. puck drop there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.